We've been saying for some time now that there are hundreds, maybe thousands of these images still out there. Jonathan Serrie, this is just one of them. Live in Butler, PA with the latest now. Good morning there.
Good morning to you, Bill. Saturday's events unfolded quickly, but external and internal investigations will be looking into whether there were any missed opportunities to prevent this shooting from even occurring. A law enforcement source tells Fox News Digital a local officer took a picture of a suspicious man carrying what appeared to be a rangefinder and showed it to state police. That happened almost 30 minutes before the shooting, and citizens alerted police when they saw the gunman on the rooftop, as we saw just there, the rooftop of a nearby building that ironically was being used by a police counter-sniper team. In an ABC News interview, the head of the Secret Service explained why there was not a law enforcement presence on the roof.
That building in particular has a sloped roof at its highest point. And so, there's a safety factor that would be considered there, that we wouldn't want to put somebody up on a sloped roof. And so, the decision was made to secure the building from inside.
Two federal sources confirm reports that a local officer climbed up to the roof and spotted the gunman, but quickly retreated. Butler County Sheriff Michael Sloop tells KDKA News, "All I know is the officer had both hands on the roof to get up on the roof, never made it because the shooter had turned towards the officer, and rightfully and smartly, the officer let go." And Bill and Dana, this is the general area from where the bullets were fired. It was obviously an active crime scene investigation for some time after that. Just this morning, we saw FBI agents to return, remove some equipment, including a ladder from the area, and this is the first time that we've seen employees returning to their workplace here. Back to you guys.
It gets more and more outrageous by the day. Jonathan, good to have you back there on that story and on that investigation. Thank you. Dana?
Let's bring in former FBI agent Bobby Chacon. Great to have you here. It is eerie to hear the woman screaming to the officers. He's on the roof. He's standing up. He's on the roof. And it was 86 seconds from when they started alerting, that we know of, at least just in that video. Not to mention the one from the BBC interview the other day, which he said it was 3 to 4 minutes of watching it. Sir.
Yeah, Dana, it's chilling and it's disturbing. Not only is you could hear the woman imploring the police, there's somebody up there. Her concern in her voice is such that you know that they have some reason to believe that this is a danger to the former president. And what's even more chilling is the Secret Service director getting up there and saying the roof was too dangerous for our counter sniper teams to be up there, and we secured the building from the inside. You don't secure a building from the inside. The value of that building to an adversary is the rooftop and the direct line of sight to the stage. That's where you have to, secure it. You can't secure it from inside. So there's a lot of questions to be answered, but this is very frustrating. I watch these videos and I hear the Secret Service director say these things, and it strains credibility to me. Somebody has to answer this. The investigation has to be transparent. The American people have to know what the investigation reveals and who's going to be held accountable and how.
No doubt about it. Here's a neighbor, lives across the street, talking about what he thinks is going on.
He was real quiet. Like, he never really said anything to anyone. He just kept to himself. And same for the family. They kept to themselves a lot. They didn't really say a lot. But I don't think anyone would have anything negative to say about the family.
So gained access to Thomas Crook's phone yesterday. They continue to analyze the electronic devices. Search for the subject's residence and vehicle are complete. 100 interviews conducted by the FBI. Continue to review incoming digital media tips. Still no motive, Bobby. No motive on that phone apparently either.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be, motive is a tough thing. I mean, we all know, obviously he hated the president. You want to kill somebody. So there's an implied motive here that they wanted to stop Donald Trump from becoming president again. That's kind of implied by why else would you want to kill this particular person? He's the only other person going to become president other than Joe Biden. Those are the two only possibilities. So to try to kill Donald Trump the implied motive is you don't want him to become president, right? You hate him so much to the extent, and and it's disturbing the rhetoric that not only was before, but even still, I see every day on Twitter and X, people saying too bad he missed and things like people in positions of responsibility, by the way. So that's why the investigation by Secret Service is important and the FBI is important. We have to make sure that going forward between now and November, this doesn't happen again because the rhetoric has not been tampered down.
Bobby Chacon, thank you so much. We'll be back in touch as this investigation is just really, in a way, just getting started. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.